Hey guys, welcome back to
Fresh Friday! And you know what, guys? It is
Friday! Wow, another Friday done. How are we?
Please just comment on how I am dressed.
We can see the level of sharpness is sharper than sharp.
Do you know why?
Why?
It is Friday.
I love that. I love that.
But you know,
that was a dad joke, by the way. Let's just be clear.
But you know, people do say that Fridays you need to do some a casual dressing. But I can see, I don't know whether yours is casual or
My
it
own
is
is
official.
smart. I came
anyway.
looking smart today. But Dan, tell us your song of the week before we get into it.
We nina siri naye Yesu.
Okay.
Yanifanya niwe jasiri. Kwa amani nayo dhiki. Yanifanya niwe jasiri. Yaniburudisha. Let's leave it.
I was ready to come in, but it is okay. So, let's just get right into it. So, today's topic is, guys, navigating family dynamics through relationships.
It sounds like it's going to be deep. Navigating.
So let's start off. Family dynamics are usually like influenced by like things like culture, traditions, family history, skills that you've learned, emotions, roles and hierarchies in the family. So family dynamics. If you don't mind me asking, how is your family dynamic? Let's go from there.
Mine?
Yeah. You make it sound like it's so bad.
No, it is really good.
Okay.
It is really good.
But that,
just that
was like, you make people question us like, what's going on?
Mine is really good. That one I can attest.
I love that.
It's really nice.
I love that.
Why? One, it's because that in my family, I can say all of us are friends.
Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely to hear.
We are Kikuyu in me. We are friends. Because I can attest that my dad is my best friend.
Oh, that is lovely.
Maybe on your side.
Well, my family dynamic is amazing. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, my mom is watching, so I have to be careful what I'm saying.
No. I can agree on that because I always see your TikTok and your mom doing some moves.
Me and my mom have a good relationship. Me and my siblings, we have a good relationship.
That's
I think
nice,
everyone's relationship is just different. So, yeah, we have a very, very good relationship.
Really nice.
But if we can like roll it back, I think, and I'm, in fact, not even just I think studies can show and prove that the way we are and how we grow up is based on the relationships that we form through our families and from when we're young. So, like you said, you've got your dad as your best friend. Like those kind of relationships from a young age will just help you. I guess even when you're now bringing up your own son, you know, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I don't want to do. This is how this was effective with me. This wasn't effective with me.
Yeah.
So like things like that. So Dan. So
wait, hey, it's like you're throwing me under the bus.
I'm not throwing you under the bus. It's the way you had introduced. Was made me question things.
So about why I'm saying my family is awesome. Let me use the word awesome. When I look back on how. When I used to grow up, when I was a kid, not to the level where I am right now, and getting to hear some few stories from different people on how their families are doing. Yeah, I would say mine was awesome because you wouldn't know the difference between my dad, my mom, myself, my sister, because you'd find us sitting in our sitting room. Either we are there sometimes I see it funny. We've closed our curtains during the day. Do you know what we are doing? Watching a movie.
Wow. That sounds really nice. Bonding, family bonding.
Very true. It's very important.
That is really good.
It's very good to have a family bonding. Yeah. Because it helps people to strength to come together.
It strengthens relationships.
Yeah.
And given that time, I guess learning how people respond to things like that, because okay, for example, for me, I wouldn't say we used to watch TV with the curtains closed or anything like that. But there's things that we would do, like on a Sunday, we used to have family dinner. We'd sit down, everybody would eat together, sort of thing. So it's just the little things that I guess they plant seeds in our lives. For you, you're saying that, you know, you've obviously grown up with both parents. I've also grown up with both parents in the household. However, right now, my parents are separated. So it's just, I live with my mum and my siblings.
Okay.
Which is okay, guys. It is okay. Like, life moves, we move.
Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of go into something I learned when I was in school. So obviously I studied psychology when I was in school, and we learned about different attachment styles. So there was, 3 that we went into, and I'll just read them. So it's secure attachment. So this is like the emotional needs of a person being met. Insecure resistant, which is distress caused by separation, which cannot be soothed by reunions. And avoidant. So that's discomfort with intimacy. So generally like pulling away. So I think building these relationships at a young age, and, you know, growing up, like you said, with these little things, like, you know, sitting in front of the TV, watching TV with your family, you kind of built that secure attachment with your family. Like, you knew that these people, okay, no, they are my people. There's nothing that they can do that can just, you know, shake me. Like, they've got my back. So I think that it's sweet. It's sweet to know that people have your back in your family.
And another thing that I think it makes even sweeter is when maybe your parents or your siblings appreciate the strength that you have and the things that you like or love. For example, I'll give an example. You know, I'm a son to a reverend, so we used to go to when I grew up, we used to go to, let's say, for example, you live in a certain area for maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then relocate to another year. Or rather than that, you find that we're in a certain area whereby my dad has different churches, which you have to travel on a longer distance. Let's say, like, for example, from here in London to Peterborough is about an hour and something, right? So we're in the same car going for that Sunday service. And I used to feel good when you're told, please, can you put for us those musics that you love? Because already they know that I love music. So they connect with you so that they, you know? So I think it is one of the things that that has helped me to learn and even to appreciate and even want to navigate into my family that is in my marriage that I am in right now.
That is just genuinely a healthy relationship and a healthy family relationship that you just literally described. And I think it's so important having things like that, because like I said, like as like when you're growing up, these relationships are what's going to affect how you function on a day-to-day basis, how you are in your workplace, how you are when it comes to even finding your own family and building your own family. Like you just said, you know, now you're using these things when it comes to your own family. And I was literally thinking as we were preparing for this conversation, I was thinking, and I was like, if I look back at Kenya, this might go and sound a bit controversial, guys. However, we're going to go into it. In Kenya, like, I feel like what I've seen is that a lot of children and a lot of young people, or like, they're left to grow up by themselves. Especially when you're like, coming from a family that is less fortunate and everything. I've heard of situations and cases whereby girls are being forced to get married earlier, just so that they can, you know, move their family out of these issues. You know, you get married for money. That's one less stress sort of thing.
Or even you getting married to a certain family because they helped you to study.
Out of I guess that kind of pity and those kind of things. But I feel like these kind of things kind of affect people in the long run. I don't know. Personally, I haven't spoken to anyone of that sort of situation, but I've seen things like that happen. Like girls leaving, I guess, their homes at 14, for example, getting married, leaving their homes at 16. They haven't actually, you know, in the UK, 14, you're in year 8. Now, guys, translate that. You're leaving your home at 14 and you're going to get married and you're now going to somebody else's house. And some of these girls are even having children at these ages. So it's really sad that is some people's reality. But on the flip side, here in the UK, at 14, we're just in school, we're just reading our books.
Let me shock you. One story of a popular person, which and he's well known back in Kenya, but I'll not mention his name. But guys who are watching, I know you know the story. There's a man that he paid school fees to a certain lady, and he made sure that the lady has gone to best schools, has gotten the best job, but out of what he was doing, back to their home, now to the parents' home, by paying school fees, was to this lady, it was like he was paying dowry.
Sorry. Oh no, guys!
Yes, because at the end of it, this guy, I think the lady, that lady, the difference between the lady and the man is about like 10 to 15 or 20 years difference. And now the lady is, I think, is the second or the third wife to the guy.
You're joking?
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
That's crazy. So all along he was paying dowry.
Yeah. See, I'm paying school fees for you, so it's form of dowry. Because at the end of it, as you're saying, at the end of it, when I'll be married to you, see, I'll be taking shopping. You'll be taking some shopping and doing some few things to your parents.
Jesus, that's not cool. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's actually very, like, guys, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's not funny at all.
It's not.
But it's like it's just a situation where you wouldn't know how to react, sort of thing. Oh my, I'm actually shocked that is actually people's reality, and I know it's situation, and I know it's a genuine thing that genuinely happened. Yeah. But I feel like.
Just bring it on. It was shocking.
Yeah, genuinely shocking.
Because I know it is totally different from in this country, as you're saying.
No, it's so much more different. I think here, Western communities, I think parents protect us a bit more. Like I said, because now we have opportunity. Here we have opportunity. That's the truth of the matter. You have the opportunity to be in school for free until you're 18. Even when it comes to university, you can have it government funded and you pay it back later once you get your job.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity, like there's work, there's so many other opportunities. Like here, to be bound by something like that, you would have put yourself in that situation, and that's the truth of the matter. So yeah, but I think going through once again back into Kenya, one thing, another thing that might sound controversial, and once again, guys, I'm sorry for saying it, but it's more accepted to have more than one wife in the community.
It depends.
But it's more accepted. I'm not saying that it's, you're allowed to do it, but it's more acceptable to do such a thing.
Yeah.
And I say that with as much humility as possible. Like, guys, you can do whatever you want to do. Like, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing or anything like that, but it's like, I think these things affect people. Even that understanding, I guess, your family setup and everything.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed in Kenya, for example, I speak on my own family. In our compound, or my shosho's compound, anyways. Yeah. My grandma's compound, guys. She lives with her son, his wife, and his kids.
Oh.
They have the sisters.
Yeah.
And their kids.
Oh.
So it's like it's accepted to have these sort of things. These things are welcomed. Whereas here in the UK, I'm living just with my mum and my sisters, your immediate family. So it's kind of different how things are set up and structured here versus there. Yeah,
but and also, it is really nice. It's really nice in a way, living as an extended family, as you're saying, because that's where you find yourself having the family gatherings. You come together, you do barbecue. When even one has an issue, you guys are there to help that person. Yeah. Even as even as the kids are growing up, you find that you have a good way of even knowing that this is my cousin. There are the things that I can do with my cousin. There are things that I'm not. It helps you it enlightens you more about your community and even about your family.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely living with people literally next door, close by, in your business.
And funny enough, it helps whereby if you live in that, mostly in those villages, you find that like maybe you can tell me like where you find that in my shosho's place, the next compound is now auntie to my dad, who's another shosho.
Yeah.
Now that's another family.
Yeah.
Then you find like it's almost half of the village is from your family.
Yeah.
So you get much more bonding with other cousins from the cousins to your dad. Extended
family. And that's what I'm saying. In Kenya, that's what we do. But here you barely actually ever see anyone from your extended family. Like, and it's very, because I guess how homes here are much smaller. You know, in Kenya, when you have land, you can build one house here, one house there, one house. So everyone can live in like the same, I guess, location and everything.
But let me say this, it's sad. Sometimes it's not good. Why? It brings hatred in families.
Yeah.
Whereby all of us are not equal. So there are those people, even as siblings, we are not equal. There are those who went to school, they studied well, got opportunities, went abroad. There are those, yes, they studied well, they have good jobs, but there are those who don't have good jobs. And because all of us are not equal, there are those just who bring hatred because that person, maybe my brother is doing good and I'm not doing good, so why is he not helping me out?
They look at you differently. Yeah, I understand.
Which also goes in hand and affects even maybe your immediate family.
Yeah.
Whereby I know I was even being given a story by a friend or even hearing from different people whereby you as the head of the house, now the man, if you get in the house and you find people eating, they're not supposed to eat in the sitting room or in the dining. So
supposed to eat? Or you have to wait until they've eaten?
No, they should go in the kitchen to eat there. Your kids shouldn't. Or if the man has gotten into the house, you guys were watching TV.
TV's off.
If you're watching a movie, please, can you give the remote to the dad because he wants to watch news.
My dad used to do that. He'd get in at 8 o'clock at night, TV ain't yours anymore. Sorry, the TV is mine. I'm going to watch TV whether you like it or not. But I think that's just things that come from like culture and traditions. You know that the man of the house is to be respected. I even remember growing up seeing my mum would put food for my dad before she even served it. Like she wouldn't eat before he would eat, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like these things, I guess, come from those kind of things. And like you said, with the extended family, I agree, guys, it happens.
But maybe on a lighter note, maybe you can tell me, maybe guys, you can comment those who have grown in UK, those who've grown back in Kenya.
Not even just Kenya, anywhere, guys.
Or anywhere, guys.
Yeah.
Or even from guys watching us from, I know we have people watch us from Nigeria, Ghana. We are global.
Worldwide.
Yeah. So I was saying, like for example, in Kenya, you find if it's a house, there's that seat for the man of the house. I don't know whether it happens here.
Yeah, there was one particular corner. Nobody else could sit in.
I don't know.
No,
does it happen here?
It does happen here. And like I said, I guess it's that hierarchy thing and knowing the roles in the family. So knowing that, for example, the man of the house, he's to be looked after because he's going out and he's getting the bread, he's winning the bread, he's coming back with these things, so he has to be respected in a particular way. I remember that one particular seat was in the corner of the house, so that when people are walking past, you're not going past in his legs, like you're giving that sort of space. So I guess these things growing up and understanding them affect us mentally. It affects us how we do things, because I now know, like, when I do get to that point where I marry and I have my own husband, I know there's things I have to respect from tradition, from culture, from the way I've been brought up, and just the way I would want to see my own, I guess, family situation like moving. But I was thinking as well, like, what are like red flags in family dynamics? Because there are red flags, guys. Like, it's not every family that is perfect. In fact, no family is perfect, to be fair. True. Like, everyone has their flaws. And I know we say, everything is good, but there's always that crack. You know, you can just pour something in. But I think I'll kick us off with this one. And I think being controlling as let's say parents or aunties, uncles, sisters, brothers, being controlling can be very, very like, is it like demeaning on a person? Like you can feel like a person, like as a person, like, yo, who am I? Like I have no worth or something like that. Being controlling is, guys, don't be controlling. Don't ever be controlling because it's not nice.
I think it is instead of controlling someone, it's good to have a dialogue, because I always say that you are not insane, you are sane. So if you have a problem with me, or if I have a problem with you, I can come, we sit down, we dialogue.
Open communication.
Agree. Yes. Agree?
That's a green flag, guys.
Disagree.
Yeah.
But if you come with a forceful mindset, we are not going anywhere.
You will not get anywhere. Honestly, you cannot, because boy, there's just some things you should always
I always say
really in.
I always say it is very hard to control an adult, a grown up.
It is.
It's very hard.
It is, and that's why it's important that these things are, I guess, tuned into someone's brain when they're young.
Yeah.
Because you know what, as a child, and it's scientifically proven that as a child you make your learning links at that point. Obviously there's things that you're going to unlearn as you grow up, but those are where the core things are learned. So if you learn how to tell your child I love you, your child is going to grow up knowing I love you is a good thing. If you tell your child, you're very stupid, or you're not smart, these things, that's how your child grows up. And I guess that goes back to attachment styles again. When you tell your child these things, or if you don't know how to show your children like affection, for example, they're going to become avoidant. When it comes to now the time when they're ready to go and get married, somebody will come and hug them. They're like, oh, what are you doing? Like, don't touch me.
And that's why, you see, when we were young, we used to go to Sunday school. Church, Sunday school. You go and find a guy or a friend, you asking him, why don't you go to church? Yo, bro, I've not been going to church even when I was a kid. I never used to go to church. My dad never used to go to church. My mom never used to go to church. So how do you expect me to go to church?
Like, these things are not instilled in you. Like,
very true.
For me, church, before I was saved, guys, that's the key part. The reason why I'd go to church was because my mum would take me to church. It's not because I was going to look for anything. It's like, on a Sunday, I knew I cannot stay at home. Like, it would feel weird being at home for the whole day without going to this building where there's other people. But eventually, obviously, you learn the importance of going to these things. But like I said, these things are sowing seeds into a child's life. Like, you one day will reap what you sow. So these things are so important. But green flags.
Green flags.
Yeah.
Oh, one is just an open communication.
Yeah.
I always say it's good to be an open book to your partner, or an open book to your family.
100%.
That is your children, your wife, and you yourself.
And yeah, I agree, because even me and my mum, like, we hadn't had the best relationship prior, but now my mum's my best friend. I find myself telling her things that I never thought I'd ever tell her. So it's these kind of things, like, it's so important, because one day when I have my kids, like, I would want such a relationship. Like, I wouldn't want my children to feel like I can't go and tell mum this because mum's gonna judge me, or mum will see me in this sort of light, sort of thing. So I think it's so important. And another thing, I guess, is a green flag is parents leading by example. So a parent showing their children, this is how we should go. Like I said, with the I love yous, with the affection, with the praises, correcting when you need to correct, telling, maybe giving another option, sort of thing. But a parent literally telling you it's okay to make mistakes. I think it's so important, because if you're constantly critical, like, it's hard to grow up in an environment like that. And I know young people wouldn't be able to push through things like that, especially when you, like I said, when you're young, like, there's nowhere else you can turn to. You only have your family. So I think it's so important that parents lead by example. If you want your child to do this, you should also be doing as well.
True. Also, another thing is setting up clear expectations and limits. Don't stop giving us expectations that are unimaginary, and limits whereby you yourself or we ourselves, we know that we can't get to that point. It is good just to come clear, give us a clear expectation that this is the strength that we can go up to. Not, we know we can buy back in Kenya, we know Probox is the best car. Probox.
That's the car for the what we call guys at the top.
Yes.
Businessmen.
Yes. You know, maybe people who don't know Probox. Probox is a car that can do marvelous. It can act as a pickup. It can act as a lorry.
Not you advertising Probox.
Yes. And it can also still act as a luxurious car.
It has multi-purpose.
So, you know your strength is for the Probox, but you want to take us to a V8. Hey, anyway.
Not that connection. I wish you could insert a picture of a Probox here and a V8 here. Done. Anyway, and I guess the last green flag would be conflict management. Knowing how to deal with an issue there and then. Obviously, once you've cooled down and once the situation has passed, sitting down and discussing. Don't just let things blow over. It's so important in, building the relationships. Like you can acknowledge where you've gone wrong. You can, to say sorry. You know how to listen and hear out somebody. It's so important.
Yeah, that I think one of the things that I always say and that I always remind myself is it's never too late. It doesn't matter the time that you've gone wrong, or it doesn't matter the what has been hindering you to do whatever that you've been doing. We are able to sit down, listen, and change.
Yeah.
So it's upon us. Let's sit down, ask ourselves questions, agree to change, and bring that family to become one.
I love it. But guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for choosing to join in with us again. Guys, we told you we got you covered. We will forever have you covered. So next week, same time, same place.
But don't forget to subscribe
and also
on all media
platforms.
Good.
But also leave us a comment. Tell us, guys, what is the toxic family relationship? Sorry. How do you think you can navigate through family dynamics to create and form relationships? We're looking and we're ready to hear what you have to say. So we thank you for choosing to join in with us. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.